Oh, you show up everywhere. We'll give you a lift to the next town. That's it. You're not coming for the day?
Dad, let them come.
No, we just want daddy-daughter day. No tag-alongs. Whatever. You're lucky they want you to come. Jump in. It's going to be a ripper day. It's crazy to think what used to be here. A whole town just disappeared in time.
If I'd break one more time, would you give me a try? Or would we break anyhow? If we'd go dancing in the night, is there a way to pretend we're still more than just friends?
Heading to Mount Mulligan this morning to check out the abandoned mining town. We got about an hour till we get there, so while we do that, old mate's going to tell you about the history of what happened there.
The worst coal mining disaster in Queensland happened at Mount Mulligan on the 19th of September 1921. This northern coal mine, situated west of Cairns, was often described as a gas-free mine. Flammable gases had never been detected in the mine and carbide lamps were used by the miners. At 9:25 a.m. a large explosion was heard from the mine. As the women and surviving men rushed to the mine entrance, the scene was devastating. Heavy black smoke rolled from the mine openings. Grass smoldered from the blast of coal dust and flame. It was quickly clear that every one of the 75 men underground were killed.
Leather jacket on in the snow. Always such a cool guy. New life, new clothes, but baby, you're the same. I see it from afar.
We got an old one here, folks. Behind me is the Thornborough Cemetery. It's on your way to Mount Mulligan. There used to be a town here, all to do with the goldfields. She's a bit overgrown, not well kept. We are in a cow paddock. Don't know if you can see the cows out there. Hopefully don't get tagged by a snake. Wearing the old safety boots as usual. Got some old ones here. We got 1879, 1896. Plenty that are just long forgotten. It's a bit of a shame. It's a bit unkept, but that's how it goes. Time moves on. Places get abandoned. And cemeteries turn into this. (1881), 42 years old. 46, 1909. (1894). There's a couple more over in the back. I'll have a quick read of them before we move on. It's crazy to think what used to be here. A whole town just disappeared in time. Patrick Rowan, 1894, 54. There's no young ones, so they're all older people. Oh, there we go, 35. That's getting closer to my age. Rest in peace, brother. And then you got ones like this. Who knows who it was? He's enjoying eternity out here with the cows, bud. We got a family burial plot here. 3-year-old daughter, 63-year-old father, 42-year-old mother. 1897, 1899, 1909, 1916. Family spending the afterlife together. Another one. They must be stacked on top of each other in this one. 17 months, 11 years, 7 months, 3 years. I hate to say it, but that family had some bad luck.
But I hope you're feeling so lost without me. that you can't sleep at night. No one to call, yeah. Call when you're feeling down. But what goes around comes back around. You had to learn the hard way.
Well, this is it. We're standing at the heart of the old town, the mine. You can see the smelter chimney in the background. All around me through the bush, we'll show you some signs. The remnants of what used to be here. This is the site of one of the worst, if not the worst, mining tragedies in the history of Australia. A lot of people died. We're gonna have a quick look around, gonna have some lunch, we'll see if we can find the old mine entrance. Signs where everything used to be. We're just traipsing through the ruins of the buildings now. Piles of stuff everywhere, tons of coal that's been left. Let's stick our noggin in here and see what's got to offer. Don't know what this room was. If only it could talk. I can see a boiler through a hole in the wall. We've got some butterflies having fun over here. Doesn't take long for nature to take back over. There used to be a whole city here. All built around this mine.
And there's a door over there.
Yeah. Let's keep exploring. This one looks a bit ominous. It's not too deep. I'm sure there's bloody snake in the end of it, but another view. We're getting closer to the chimney. Here's another pit. That one's pretty bloody deep and something definitely comes in and out of it. Oh my god. Where the hell does that go? We're a bit higher up at the base of the chimney now. You can see the ruins through the trees all around. Signage everywhere. And everything you can see here, all these nearer fields were all full of the houses. The town that once was. The old blacksmith building. No sign of it anymore. Bits of stuff all around the place, just getting washed away and weathered with time. Electrician shop. This mine setup was friggin' huge. We're 100 metres from the chimney. We're probably 200 metres from where we parked. There was a lot going on in this bush. All coming out of that mountain range. It's 18 kilometres long, 400 metres high. Bathroom, office, whatever that means. We're now, oh, you can't even see it through the trees. We're now a big walk from the chimney. This was definitely bathrooms. Signs of the old tile all over the ground. Oh yeah, some on the walls. This is where they once stood and showered, I guess. What's out here? Stairs that led to who knows what. Would have been buildings out the back here, up on these stumps. Oh, to see it back in its day. Stuff all through the bush down here. You can see the chimney in the distance. God, we've walked a while. Nature just taken back over. The old tank stand. Don't know where the tank is, but the stand is still there. Following this path, there's buildings in the bush, but I'm seeing a lot of cable. and a lot of coal. I'm starting to think we might be heading to a mine entrance. There's a ton of signs, can't see them. There's a heap of signs in the bush here. Obviously still had old buildings and whatnot going on up in here. Some big rocks pushed out of the way. Definite white man planting. And a screaming mealer trying to keep up. We're knocking out some basic wraps on the back of the car at the base of the old mine site. Then we'll jump in, keep driving and keep touring this old town. I think the most, other than if we can find the entrance, I think most of what's left is just going to be signs like that one in the bush telling you what the buildings used to be and just the stumps of where they once were.
Looking back to when our castle was a shack, vacation was making figure eights in the parking lot. Remember when we used to forgive more than we forgot? It wasn't like we didn't work hard enough. I'm trying to hold on to all the things that we did right. But how could I forget about you leaving? Since my heart has never stopped bleeding, all that I can see is that I lost you then. I'm looking for a reason to forgive you, and sometimes I even wanna be with you, just to hear you say that it's alright now. I am tearing down this wall. Years go by and gradually the tears run dry, but I'm still here looking for your face in the faceless crowd.
Now that we've had a bit of lunch, we follow this sketchy four-wheel drive track. There's a sign that says mine entrance. Let's go see if we can find where this explosion occurred. Four-wheel drives only. I hate to say it, but it's been four-wheel drive only for a bit of this trip so far. Don't bring Grandma's Corolla up here. I guess this is it. Chock full of water, God knows what else. I didn't even recognise it from the road. She's collapsed a fair bit. You just got this creek running out that sort of gave it away from me. You got a creek there and a bit of a man-made wall. So I guess before this massive rock fell here, this was the entrance to the mine. A whole bunch of people died inside this hole right here all those years ago. And now as I come out this far, you look around, you would never even know it was there. Well and truly taken over by the bush. I've just come up a bit higher to try and get a better lay of the land. It's useless because it's so taken over by the bush now. Basically, we've parked there. Underneath me is the old tunnel in. This is what remains of the once busy coal mine. So this is all that remains of the town. Signs like this and stumps like that right through this area. Stumps, clearings, more stumps and signs up the back there. We won't look too much. There's also a lot of frangipani trees. They must have loved their frangipanis, and whatever these things are seem to be bordering every property. So there's a lot of introduced trees thriving. Anyway, Let's go to the cemetery. There's an interesting story about that. So here on the way to the cemetery, I'm standing on the community sports oval. Fun fact is it was to hold a cricket game the day before the explosion, but due to the heat, it was cancelled. Work the next day wasn't cancelled. Too hot for cricket, but not too hot to climb down a friggin' big hole into the ground. Money, money, money. Anyway, I'm sure many a games was played on this oval. We've now entered the cemetery, which is about, oh, we're probably a K down the road from that oval. Fun fact about this, there was no cemetery here prior to the explosion. There had never been a death in this town, there'd never been a death at the mine, so there had never been a need for a cemetery. So the first people buried here were those 70-something people that perished that day. It did take them about 5 months to get all the bodies out. This is the plot of land they reserved for the cemetery as they were getting buried after they were retrieved. Again, as with that one we saw earlier today, we're in the middle of a cow paddock. Everything here is on a station. It's a massive cattle station. This cemetery is maintained once annually by the Cairns 4-Wheel Drive Club. Cheers, lads. The fencing was put up by then. Other than that, she just sits as she was back in the day. There's a lot of plots like this. Guess they were people that didn't have family in the town to pay for a good gravesite. They get a little plaque with some rocks around. And maybe at one stage they had a name on them. And then others get paid for by family. They get a nice gravestone like this. Don't know where to walk. The grass is so long I don't accidentally stand on someone's nuts. And this one's on the piss. Killed in explosion. They're right through here, right through the back there. You can't even tell, but this is another grave right beside me. Another one there with bricks around it. There with the tree. So this was a father and son that were working together. Both killed. There's a few of them around, father and son, that were in there at the same time. You would have no idea these were even in here. David Fletcher, I remember reading that. That one's a father and son. Another plaque up in the grass there. Jeez. So there are people buried in here, you just can't tell. Well, these guys are having a bit of a party because there's 4 of them in this gravesite. More of them through the ground here. So many are just unnamed. Got a ring of rock around them. And that's it. I'm sure when they made this, they didn't expect it to be in the middle of nowhere. But life goes on. Alright legends, hope you enjoyed checking out the Mount Mulligan mine and the disaster that happened with us today. What do you girls think?
Good.
Cemetery, mine, the old mining town. There's a lot of history in this area. Anyway, we're sweating our butts off.
So we're going home.
It's been a nice sunny day here in North Queensland. We're ready to go home.
And get ice pop.
We're going to have one last look at the mountain range in the background behind us. Until next time.
Catch you later, bro. Catch you later.
Until next time, catch us later.
Catch you later. Hope you enjoy having a laugh at these bloopers. Dad, let them come.
Okay, now do it with both you saying it. Alright, hitchhikers, we're going to head there. No. Heading to Mount Mulligan this morning. Got about an hour. Heading to Mount Mulligan this morning. Got about an hour till we get there while we drive. So behind me here is the Thornborough Cemetery. This must be the cemetery groundsman. Holy fuck, he has some flies on him. Nope, her. Holy fuck, she has some flies on her. Oh, interrupted her shit.
He had to make me walk through the mud. Thanks a lot, Father. Huey. Okay, stop!
But as they were getting buried, this is the plot of land. As they were getting buried, this is the...
Don't forget to watch the blooper takes.
No, outtakes or bloopers?